Launch your coaching business fast. Welcome to Season 7 of the Coach Pony podcast, and we are here to help you get paid to coach. In this season, we are going to cut through the noise and show you how to launch your coaching business fast. So strap in and get ready to step on the gas.
It's lights out and away we go! Hello, I'm on the track watching the coaches line up before the start, and I want to check in and see if they're ready. Let's go to Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff for his take on the action.
I don't know what to tell you, so I think we need to go and watch the action to find out.
Let's go to the track.
I walked into the room, nervous and giddy. I was newly certified as a life coach, and I was thinking about quitting my consulting job and potentially going out on my own as a coach full-time. My boss, who was super smart and also a certified coach, was waiting to chat with me about a few things going on in our business. As part of our conversation, I asked her about her thoughts on coaching full-time. Our consulting company had recently been acquired, and a lot was changing in our consulting world, and my job definitely wasn't safe. I really valued her opinion. After I finished sharing my thoughts about potentially striking out on my own, she looked at me and said, "The market is too saturated. You'll never make it as a coach." In that moment, my heart stopped. Was she right? Should I just give up? If I didn't want to give up, what on earth should I do next? I felt flattened. Obviously, since I'm here today, there's so much more to this story. Hi, I'm Christy Mims, the founder of Coach Pony, and I can tell you that well over a decade and millions of dollars later, there's more to this story. I did not end up flattened, but I did have a lot of feelings. So if you are worried about launching your own coaching business and feeling anxiety or feeling doubt, I just want to let you know you are not alone. I felt all of the above and so much more back in 2012 when I struck out on my own as a coach. You may be feeling like an imposter or a fraud. Who are you to call yourself a coach and ask people to pay you? You may be worried about not making money or the coaching market being too saturated. There won't be any room for you as a coach. Or that the only profitable niche is business coaching. And that is not what you want to do, but that's all you're seeing. The more you research, business coaches are everywhere. So I want to take a moment to put your fears to rest, because the most important thing to launching your business quickly and to being successful is the belief that you can do it. I want to say that one more time because it is so important. The most important thing to launching your business quickly and to being successful as a coach is the belief that you can do it. Easy for me to say, right? I understand that it might be hard for you to believe that right now. So I want to address each of the issues I just listed and help you to feel better about everything that's been worrying you. So let's start off with the old imposter syndrome. A lot of us go to coaching certification programs and we get swept up in the amazing endorphins and good feelings and positivity and optimism of being surrounded by coaches and unlocking this potential in ourselves. And then as the program comes to a close and you start to think about how to do this as a profession, your confidence just craters and you're worried that no one's going to take you seriously, that people will just call you a fraud or imposter for trying to embark on this new path. And I am here to tell you, first of all, if you feel that way, it's normal. It happens to all of us when we're starting out in a new career. But you are not a fraud and you will not be an imposter. And here's why. If you are thinking about this right now, that means that you genuinely want to be a credible, well-respected, excellent coach. People who don't care don't worry about this stuff, but you care. Anytime you care about doing a good job, you put effort in. You get your coaching certification, you practice your coaching skills, you read books, you try to think about how to be better after each coaching session. And someone who's doing that isn't a fraud. They aren't an imposter. All they are is early in their career. And that's nothing bad. There's nothing wrong with being new at a career, learning along the way and learning as you go. If you were to go to school and get a 1-year master's degree in political science and then get hired for a political campaign, would you consider yourself a fraud or an imposter? No, of course not, because you studied it. So if you went and got certified as a life coach and now you're beginning your career and getting paid to do what you love, amazing. You're doing what so many other people in different careers do. So give yourself a pat on the back for caring and for trying and for knowing that these feelings are just your gremlins trying to slow you down, but they're not based in reality. And if you are still struggling with this feeling of being like a fraud or an imposter and you feel like you need to prove yourself just a bit more, I understand. That's okay. Take a few free or super low cost clients to begin and tell people, I'm new at this. I'll be raising my prices in a little bit. But as I start out, I just wanted to get a few clients and demonstrate some great results. So name the elephant in the room, tell people up front, take a few clients, work with them, see those great results, and then move on to charging what you're worth. You're going to do great. So now that we've tackled feeling like an imposter, feeling like a fraud, I want to tackle another thing that might be slowing you down, which is the market is too saturated. I mean, you've probably been pretty excited to get started as a coach, but now it seems like everyone you know is starting a coaching business and you're worried there's not any room for you, right? Are there really enough clients left if so many new coaches are starting businesses all the time? It's a legitimate worry. I completely understand. It's normal to want to think through these things, and I applaud you for doing it. But I also want to tell you that you can let this worry go too. Let me give you a little bit of a story to help you along the way. When you think about going out for dinner and maybe grabbing some Italian food, do you only have one restaurant in the world that you can go to? Or do you have multiple restaurants? Maybe one does great pizza, another does great pasta. One, the food is mediocre, but they let you bring your kids and they're so nice there that it's just worth it going for that, right? I think you see where I'm going with this, which is there's a million Italian-style restaurants and pizza joints in the world. But yet new ones are started all the time and they survive because they've got something that people need, whether it's just convenience or really great food or something else. There's always different reasons why we choose different restaurants to go to. And the same is true of coaching. Yes, there are a lot of other coaches, but there's no one who's you. There's no one with your unique skill set, your philosophy, your set of life experiences, your focus, your energy, your personality. All of these things together form a unique alchemy that makes you special all on your own. And so there is a tribe of people out there who are looking for you. What you have to do is learn the business skills to find them so that you can coach. But don't let market saturation stop you. New businesses start and succeed all of the time. And the ones that do are really smart about being in business and not just really smart about the products or offers that they're selling. Don't let this market saturation belief stop you. And now I want to unpack another thing that might be slowing you down, which is you're probably looking around and you're seeing a lot of business coaches and you're worried about making money, rightfully so, because if you don't make money, you can't support yourself as a coach. And so as you dig into these groups and other places, it seems like the only people who are having consistent success are the coaches coaching other coaches. It feels a little bit like a pyramid scheme. I want to unpack this too, because it's really important that you understand that it's not just business coaches making money. There is absolutely room for you to make money as well, but I want to show you why it feels this way. So let's talk about why it feels like you're overwhelmed with all of these business coaches. So there are a few reasons for this, and it starts with you. When you start exploring coaching as a career, you tend to get on either social media or Google search or something else. And the lords of Google and the lords of the social internet track your history, and they start serving you both ads and also organic content related to what's catching your attention or what you're searching on. And you know who runs a lot of ads to new coaches searching on coaching topics? Much of what looks like native content? Yep, business coaches. They also produce a ton of organic content. So your world instantly gets taken over by the algorithm, showing you ads and organic content related to those ads. And that's one major reason why it starts to feel like everyone you're seeing is a business coach and they're the only ones who are successful. But there's more. You may join free groups of coaches on Facebook or Reddit or Slack where you want to learn and ask questions. And these free groups are most often populated by newbies. The newer coaches are the ones who are the most active and the most engaged. And you know who hangs out in groups of new coaches? Yep, business coaches looking to sell coaching to coaches. And these business coaches are loud and they're also very engaged because newer coaches are their audience. So you'll see their posts a lot as they participate in groups, sometimes helpfully, sometimes not, and as they troll for clients. But you know who does not hang out in these groups a lot? Successful coaches in their specific niches, because they are past all of the basic beginning questions and they're busy. They have clients to coach. So they don't have time to drop into a random free Facebook group and chat about how awesome their niche is or how they got clients, or to answer a bunch of beginning coaching questions about how to get clients and run a business. But business coaches do. So that's the other reason it starts to seem like they are everywhere. And finally, you know who's really great at marketing and selling because they have a background in that type of work? You got it. It's business coaches. So that's another reason, yet another reason, why their content can feel so prominent. And so these things overwhelm your filters, skew the algorithm, and therefore skew your perspective. And even though it's not true, it starts to begin to feel like the whole world is only populated by coaches selling coaching to other coaches. But it really is based on your search history and also your questions. So let me give you one more example. If you were searching on and asking questions about date coaching or health coaching or career coaching, instead of more newbie coach questions. So a newbie coach question is how to be a date coach. That's a business question. But a question related to the niche is what kind of headline should I write as a 50-year-old woman in my dating profile? Or even who's the best date coach for women over 50? You'd start to see a different world, and you'd start to see a world of successful coaches coaching in their niche. I promise you, they are out there. Give it a try. Don't search on business questions, search on niche specific questions, and a whole new world will open up to you. Now, obviously, you will still see some business coach ads because life, but they will be far less prominent. I hope this puts a little bit of your fear to rest as to why it only seems like business coaches are making money. And I really do want to underscore that coaches in so many different niches are making money. Listen, I have been in this business, in this coaching industry business, supporting myself as a coach for well over 12 years in different niches. So I know firsthand because I'm not out here just selling coaching to coaches. I'm out here coaching people who want to find their passion and find work that they love. I know from personal experience, but I've also amassed a community of tens of thousands of coaches. And so I have seen the wide variety of niches and of coaches being successful in their niches firsthand. Everything from date coaches to health coaches to book coaches to divorce coaches to parenting coaches to spiritual coaches to confidence coaches. You name it, I've seen it. And I have seen their numbers and I know that they're making money. And if you want to dig deeper in this, Google IBIS World and look at their reporting on the coaching industry, and also Google the ICF, the International Coaching Foundation, and look at their reporting on the coaching industry. And you'll see some really hardcore data showing that coaching as an industry continues to grow. And these coaches across all sorts of niches are getting clients, making money, and supporting themselves. But there is one caveat to this, and I want to be super clear before you rush off. The way to be successful as a coach, because you can be successful in so many niches, the way to be successful, though, is to know how to run a coaching business. So don't just assume because you have coaching skills that you have business skills. You do not. They are very different skill sets. And you need to learn how to do both if you want to set up a business that will support you. So please don't discount the business skills. Learn the 5 core business systems that underpin every successful coaching business. The marketing system that helps you find clients, the education system that helps you warm clients up and prove your credibility as a coach, the conversion system that helps you take prospective clients very gently from browsing to buying and gets them to say yes to hiring you as a coach and paying you as their coach, the onboarding system that sets your clients up for success logistically and mentally and prevents refunds and gets people to be ready to get the most out of coaching. And then finally, your coaching system, which shows how credible you are as a coach and helps your clients get from where they are now to where they want to be. So these 5 systems are what we focus on over at Coach Pony. I have a ton of free resources as well as paid resources for you. If you want to know more, go to coachpony.com and start poking around. But that is what you need to focus on if you want to be successful. Okay, that's a lot of information I've just given you. So let's recap. I promise you, you will be okay. So if you're feeling fear, doubt, anxiety around feeling like an imposter or money or saturation or the fact that it's only business coaches out there, I want to remind you the fact that you care so much about getting it right means you are not an imposter and you'll work hard to be an amazing coach. And so don't judge yourself too harshly. You've learned how to do this as a career. It's okay to be a newbie at it. And while there are plenty of coaching businesses out there, there's also room for you too, as long as you are willing to take it and learn how to run a successful business so that you can stand out as a coach and so the clients who are right for you can find you. And of course, go to coachpony.com for help with all of this. We are super fun and we love cake. I walked out of that office and I almost gave up. But before I did, something in me said, talk to other coaches. So I asked everyone I knew in my life, my parents, my friends, everyone, if they knew of any successful coaches who were supporting themselves full-time through their coaching. And it was wild how many people in my network suddenly had a whole list of coaching friends I never even knew about. And they introduced me. And so I set up a couple of informal coffees and meetings just to interview them and to do some research. These coaches were so friendly and nice with their time. And they all sat down with me and then laughed when they heard my story. And then each of them kindly gave me a pep talk, sharing that they were a full-time coach, they did it, and therefore I could do it too, that there was plenty of room for me out there as long as I was willing to keep taking action. I want you to know that you aren't alone. And to that end, keeping up with our Formula One theme, I want to wrap up this episode with a pit crew pep talk. Because frankly, no coach ever succeeds alone, just like no driver in Formula One competes alone. The team and the pit crew is there to do important support work, from standard support like changing the tires to more complex support, like pulling you back from the edge when you believe there's no room for you in the coaching world. And so I'm turning it over to one of my favorite people in my pit crew, Bobbi Palmer, from datelikeagrownup.com. If you are a woman over 40 looking for love, please go to datelikeagrownup.com and check her out. So Bobbi, can you give a pep talk to everyone listening?
15 or so years ago, I started my business. I had no idea what I was doing. I felt like a complete fraud. I didn't think anybody would want to hear what I had to say. I did it anyway. I'm not the most courageous person, but I went ahead and I did it. And I like to think of it as a labyrinth in life. And I learned what a labyrinth was pretty late in life, like in my 60s, when I was standing in front of what I thought was a maze, trying to figure out the right way to go and the right steps to take to get to the right result. And someone luckily stopped by and saw me and explained to me that there is no right way in a labyrinth. It's literally one step in front of the other, and being conscious and thoughtful about each step. And then you always, always end up in the right place. And so that was so meaningful to me because I always thought there had to be a right way and a wrong way. And if I did it and it didn't work, that made me a failure, and so on and so forth. But that's not how it is. The fact that you're making this journey and you're moving into this and you're being courageous, just having the thought and putting it out there and taking action, that's what this is about. One step in front of the other, one thing and the next and the next. And you're going to learn so many things and you're going to screw up so many times. The most important part is that you're doing it, And another really important part is that you're getting really valid and valuable help. Seriously. I tried to do it pretty much alone for a really long time because nothing works better than having a tribe that's in the same journey with you, that's taking the same steps with you. So I'd say congratulations and freaking go for it.
Okay, we've started the engines. Let's check in with Pitwall. Toto, what's happening next?
Next up, we are talking about choosing the right business model. We are really getting off to the races and increasing your horsepower. I mean, pony power. Ha!
And with that, I'll see you next time. Shabam.